Hello everyone, guess what? Google autofill is back. For those of you who don't know, if you get on Google and you search for something, it automatically fills in what it thinks you want to search for after you type in a few characters. I have gone on Google and searched the question, why do the Chinese blank? And I've got 10 results from that web search. I signed out of Google and it's using Google Hong Kong, so I'm not sure how that's going to affect it, but whatever, we'll see. Let's get started. First off, why do the Chinese hate America? Jesus, man. We are starting off awfully intensely, aren't we? First of all, I think we need to distinguish the difference between the Chinese government and the Chinese people. Chinese people, for the most part, don't hate America. There are a few racists, every now and then, but most of the just normal Chinese people don't hate America at all. They have their stereotypes, sure, but they don't hate America. They hate Japan. Chinese people hate Japan, and they hate Korea. They hate pretty much all the other Asians. Now, the Chinese government hates America for a lot of reasons. We see America as, Why do the Chinese eat dog? Oh my God, come on people, let's lighten up. Well, to start off with, most of the Chinese people don't eat dog. There's maybe 5 or 10% who do. I'd say 5 really. And the other 95% of people fucking hate those people who eat dog. And it's mostly people down in Guangdong, because people in Guangdong eat everything. But the way that those few 5% see it is like, well, the dog's just an animal, and we eat beef and we eat cows and we eat chickens and stuff, and dogs are animals too. Why do the Chinese use chopsticks? Oh, this is a really interesting question. Chopsticks were first used in cooking. It's easy to reach into like a really hot pot, or it's easy to stir, and you can pick things up just to check and see if it's done and things like that. And eventually people just started using that to eat. They started cutting up their meat really small, because cutting up meat small makes things cook faster. And if you have your meat cut up small, you don't need to use a knife. And so it eliminates the need for knives. Chopsticks are really easy to make. You can make chopsticks out of wood, you can make them out of bamboo, you can make them out of metal, you can make them out of plastic, you can make them out of anything. And you can make them for pretty cheap. It saves a lot of money, it saves time, they're easy to wash, and they're fantastic. Why do the Chinese spit so much? Sorry, I had something in my throat. Pollution, man, pollution is everywhere. Shit gets in your lungs, you gotta clear that out. Why do the Chinese celebrate Chinese New Year? What kind of stupid question is that? It's Chinese New Year. It's a holiday. It's the biggest holiday. Why do the Chinese spit? Didn't we cover this already? Why do the Chinese drink hot water? Don't even get me started on this. This is something that just drives me crazy about China. Chinese people, especially doctors and old people, will tell you no matter what's wrong with you, if you feel any kind of discomfort, if you have a cold, if you have a flu, if you have cancer, if your head's come off, if you're already dead, they'll just say, oh, drink a more hot water. Sorry, I can't do a Chinese accent. It's like a cure-all or something. They think that hot water can cure everything, can make you better, when it really doesn't. There are a few studies that have come out that say if you drink water that's hot enough to make you sweat, you can sweat out some stuff in your body, but really, when has sweat ever made anyone better? But also, the Chinese have to boil their water. If you gotta boil the water's gonna be hot, and if you don't have time to sit around and wait for it to get cool, then you just drink hot water. Why do the Chinese eat everything? First of all, I think we should clear up that not all Chinese eat everything. It's mostly just Guangdong. If you ever hear about people in China eating some weird shit that people shouldn't eat, like pandas, babies, pangolins, any kind of endangered animals, it's in Guangdong. Most people are not like that. But I think the main reason is that people in China have really known hunger, true hunger, even relatively recently in history. This past generation even. They know what real hunger is, and so when there's a chance to eat, they take it. Why do the Chinese kill female babies? Man, there's a lot of intense questions today. Well, the Chinese don't kill female babies now. That just comes from tradition. People preferred sons. And actually in China, whenever a woman is pregnant and they have an ultrasound or whatever, they're not allowed to be told what the sex of the baby is. Why do the Chinese wear masks? That right there, that's it. Pollution's everywhere. Generally speaking, northerners are the ones who are going to be wearing the masks because north is where most of the pollution is. Down in the south, there's a lot less pollution. I almost said the pollution's better. No, there's less pollution down here. So yeah. Well, that about wraps it up for this episode of Google Autofill, and a couple of really intense questions and rants in this one, and hopefully we'll find a funnier video next time. Like, subscribe, comment, all of that. Cool. See you all next time.